would it feel if next week you went into every single day with absolute confidence that you were going to get all of the good big stuff done, plus time for all the interruptions and everything else? Because if it would feel really great to have that confidence on a Monday and run it through to Friday, then this week's episode is absolutely for you. Hello, it's Emma Mills here and welcome to episode 229 of My TV. And this week's episode is dedicated to the people who would just love to feel a bit more confident about their week and what they're going to get done. And you know, the days, the weeks, they make up everything that happens in your life. And so for me, most people go through these days like kind of reacting and not fully committed to knowing that the things they needed to get done are going to get done. And I've been there and I totally get it. And I've been thinking about recently, how would it feel for most of our clients, people who watch My TV, to enter into the Monday, enter into a Wednesday, enter into every day of the week going, yeah, I'm confident that the things I'm going to get done are going to get done and I'm not going to be driven off course, and that they contribute to the quarterly goals, the 6-month goals, the yearly goals, my big dreams and life for the next 10 years. How does it feel to feel confident every day that you are getting the stuff done that counts? Well, this week's episode is going to factor my 4-step framework of how I make sure that I go into each day of the week with confidence. Because when you enter with confidence, you enter with more energy, you enter with more conviction that you're going to achieve what you want to achieve, and whether there are setbacks or not, you know that you're day in, day out doing the good stuff. So I want that for you as well, and here is how. Step number 1 is to plan the day the night before. Now, I know you might say, okay, well, if I look at my calendar, I've got meetings booked in there, like I've got stuff to do tomorrow, it's not empty, and I totally get that, but you have to plan the day the night before on your terms. And what that means is having the time in there that's a non-negotiable to get the big stuff done, whether that's focusing on your next marketing campaign, whether it's getting some Google reviews from clients, whether it's finding a VA, whether it's creating some team training. You have to get those slots booked in, because most of our clients, when you first start working with them, you realize that their calendar is just a schedule of other people's demands, of things that they are compelled to do, have to do internally, externally. And so what I make sure I do every single day the night before, and I use Surprise, Brendan Burchard's high performance planner. I've been using these for about a year now, and each one is, I think, 2 months long. But you can use anything, like you can use Filefax, you could use your calendar. Like inside it, there is the day split out into hours, and there is places here for journaling, but ultimately I make sure that the slots get planned with the things that I'm going to do that are non-negotiables. I love pen and paper. I also live and die by my online calendar, because that's where my PA Bex puts everything in, so I make sure that goes in there too. But I do love the process of the night before, looking in this, looking what I've got already in, and then planning in my 2-hour slots to get the stuff done. And one of the key things for planning the night before is you get up in the morning, you have your coffee, you go to the gym, whatever you do, and you know that today is planned, this is what is happening. And one of the really key things of planning your day is, without doubt, things are going to try and derail you. They're going to come up, they're going to urgent things, there's things that are going to come up that you didn't have planned today, and you have to get super specific and congruent on, okay, well, this has come up, but right now I'm doing this. You know, it's smart to have an interruption time in the day so you can reply to things, deal with unexpected things, but right now I'm doing this and I'm putting my phone on D&D, and like actually 9.9 things out of 10 do not need to be dealt with right now, whether it waits an hour or your 2-hour slot. Most of the time that is very possible. So plan your day the night before and know exactly what you're going to get done, and keep that diary to yourself. Like, you know, you wouldn't not turn up to client meetings, would you? You wouldn't just go, sorry, sorry, I forgot about that, or I had to do something else, so I just didn't turn up and I didn't tell you. But we do that to ourselves all of the time. So you're going to plan your day the night before, and we're going to stick to it, and you're going to go into it with the confidence and the relief that, yeah, the stuff was already there, but I've got my focus time, the things where I can get the important stuff done inside it. That is a long but step 1. Step 2 on having confidence throughout the day: break every hour. I know you'll be like, Emma, I don't have time to break every hour. Just bear with me for a moment. I set my phone alarm, sometimes with shocking alarm noises that scare everybody else, but I set it every hour. And in that, when it goes off, it's a reminder to me that an hour has passed, and it lets me check in with what has just happened. So like when my alarm goes off shortly, I know that the past hour has been productive. I've been recording my TV. But a lot of the time in the day, you might have that hour and you check in back in, you're like, oh, actually, gosh, I just spent an hour on Slack, on Inbox, on Teams, replying to messages and reacting. So it gives you the confidence to, okay, well, that just happened then, but the next hour I'm going to put my phone on D&D and I'm going to work on this blog, or I'm going to think about this new product I wanted to launch. Now, obviously, when you've planned the day the night before, that makes this so much easier. But breaking every hour, reconnect with where you've just spent your time and where you're about to spend your time, and have a quick break and a stretch. Good stuff does not come from sitting in the same position 4 hours doing the same thing. You don't have energy, you don't have presentness to what's going on in the day and what you're doing. You don't, like, creative good stuff is not built from just being like this. So having that hour to just refresh, reconnect, and get ready for the next hour. Go, right, okay, what am I going to do the next hour? Maybe do a few star jumping jacks, but what am I going to do the next hour? And smashing the next hour. So for me, having a break every single hour, a little quick one, I'm talking about 2 minutes in, so about 2 or 3 minutes just to go, oh, okay, what did I do in that last hour? And get ready for the next one. Really, really helpful to keeping you present, connected. Take a few deep breaths, maybe listen to a song, maybe listen to your favorite podcast for a few minutes, but have that break. And I promise you, it will help you keep that confidence and energy throughout the day. Step number 3 in being confident throughout the day that you are getting the good stuff done is every single morning reconnecting with your goals. For some of you, might be like, what? It might sound woo-woo. However, every single morning I just look at my whiteboard at home with my goals on it. And at the moment, I'm just looking for the next quarter. Like I have on my phone every single day, I have my screensaver of the big things that I want to achieve. But every morning while I'm having my coffee, I just reconnect with my goals. Like it's so easy to go through the weeks and the months and think, gosh, hang on a minute, it's May. In January, I had this list of things I wanted to get done by Christmas. I haven't even looked at it again. I don't even know where I'm up to on that. So reconnecting with your goals, and when they are goals that excite you, that it's like a good, for me, it's a good, like, oh yeah, Dad, this is what I'm trying to do. Like, it's a good boost for me. I remember that this is where I'm going. So when you have the hard days as well, it's like, okay, this was not the best day at work, but this is what this is where I'm going. This is what I'm achieving. So just spending 30 seconds just to cast your eye over your goals, whether it's in your journal, your notebook, on your laptop, on your phone. Like I say, I have a screensaver with mine, my immediate goals. It's just a really good place. Just take 30 seconds to go, yeah, this is what I'm achieving. This is what I want to do. And it's there in the subconscious as you move through the day and the things that you work on. And number 4, a couple of weeks ago on my TV, I talked about how in High Performance Habits by Brendan Burchard, the research showed that 60% of highly successful people who don't burn out spend 60% of their time on the needle moving stuff. And I broke this down to show you that in a 40-hour week, which I know loads of you work even more than that, it equates to 2 hours, 20 minutes in the morning and 2 hours, 20 minutes in the afternoon. And since planning that in, so I've always had focus time planned in, but I make it really specific that that's what I'm going to plan in. Like planning in your 2 hours, 20 minutes in the morning and in the afternoon, actually on an 8-hour day, even on a 7-hour day, it gives you absolutely bags of time to do everything else that comes your way, to respond, to react, to go into reaction mode for the rest of the day. But my 4 hours, 40 minutes is dedicated to me doing the good stuff. So if you haven't planned tomorrow the night before, as a bare minimum, you must plan in on a daily basis time that cannot be booked by your calendar, by other people's priorities and requirements. Time for you to put in there the big stuff that needs to happen. So you might have a list rolling of the projects you're working on, the products, the things you want to improve in your business, how to get new customers, but having the time booked out as the first thing so that it can't be replaced and booked in by other people. And then then having that, you're going to have spent 60% of the time of your week on really, really cool stuff. And how amazing will that feel for your confidence that you get to Friday like, yeah, I did I have literally spent 60% of the time on good stuff. No longer, like I'm saying goodbye to the Emma who was reactive, who would spend all day going, wow, the day's gone, and I've just literally been flicking back and forth between WhatsApp and Teams and Inbox and Slack and everything else that comes my way. And it feels really, really unproductive, but more drastically, it feels like you're getting further away from where you want to be, not closer. So I hope my 4-step framework helps you get the confidence back in the day of that actually no matter what happens, I'm focusing on what matters. And I hope this helps you to get your head out of the dirt and into the clouds, because up in the clouds is the business you want, and it's where you spend your time on the good stuff. And I will see you next week for episode 230. See you then. Bye bye.